Hello everyone to another episode of My Coke Rants. Basically, today we're going to be talking about Roman Welton, since I know you guys have been asking me plenty of times to talk about Roman Welton and Minato, so today we're going to be talking about that. To begin with, Roman Welton is from this old money, Pinterest core, TikTok old money family. His family made their wealth from various films as well as running a production studio. He was formerly a student at Rosemary's Academy before he was transferred to Organic Prep, which was an international boarding school, basically for the elite, very smart students, science Olympiads, prize winners for the arts, and for starters, here's the characters we're going to talk about the most: Chloe Josephine, Raquel Martinez, and Minato. So Minato, we have to talk about her backstory as well. She is a Japanese immigrant from Canada who played at small venues, smaller concerts. She was just trying to get her name out there at this point, right? And so when she moves to Organic Prep, when she transfers in for their arts program, because they're famous for it, she meets Roman Welton at their freshman connection and orientation and stuff like that, right? And their parents meet as well, Victoria Welton and Minato's mom. Victoria Welton, she's delighted by Minato. She's like, oh my god, this girl is so talented. She's the perfect woman for my son. It is she's just awestruck by Minato's talent. And she's like, oh my god, they will make such a good couple to Minato's mother. And she's like, oh, that's a nice idea. That's a nice thought you have, rich lady. That's a nice thought. So Minato's family, they're in crazy debt. The only reason Minato is able to go to this school, this crazy boarding school, is because she's on a scholarship, because she was, a very good student. So years pass on. Minato, she is roomed with Raquel Martinez, and they don't really see each other a lot. You see each other very scarcely. Raquel is always doing community service. She's always helping others. She's always tutoring. She's always doing these crazy study groups. And Minato, she's just exploring Organa. She's just having the time of her life. She's partying. She's doing all this cool stuff because she wasn't able to when she was younger. Raquel Martinez, she begins dating Roman Welton. Raquel goes with Roman on their spring vacation trip to Italy. So this is their sophomore year at this point. And, Raquel meets Victoria, and Victoria hates her. She's so, is she rich? Or, because she thinks Raquel isn't really, fit for it. She messes up a lot of, the routine. She doesn't know which fork she has to use. She puts her elbows on the table. She's she doesn't cross her legs. She doesn't do a lot of this stuff. And it kind of just icks Victoria out. It kind of irks her. Victoria is just no, absolutely not. She isn't from the right family. She doesn't even know what's going on. She cannot, be in this lineage if she doesn't even know what she's doing. Victoria sees the worst in Raquel, literally the worst. And so Roman is trying to calm her down, my mom, she doesn't mean it. She's just cranky, blah, blah, blah. And Raquel is just that's it, we're done. Are you defending her? Or are you defending me? So they break up. And Victoria Welton, kind of tells Roman, you should get with the Minato girl, because I liked her. And she was from a good family, right? And so years pass on, and Minato and Roman Welton are engaged right out of high school, which is crazy. And Victoria Welton, she convinces Mina to go through with the wedding, because she says, I will pay off all of your family's debt if you marry my son. And Minato, she sees this, and she's I don't want my family in debt, hello? And she takes the deal, because that's her family. She loves them. She loves her. They were dating before, so it's not super awkward, but it's still she was kind of forced into this role. But they kind of just continue with their own lives. They don't really care. And they adopt 2 kids. Which, okay, I have to talk about something. I used to listen to Christmas Kids by I still listen to. I don't know why. I listen to every now and then, but it's some weird coincidence with that song and Roman and Mina's life that like it was completely like unrelated. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes I'll be researching something and it sounds scarily similar to Roman's story, like scarily similar, like word for word similar. And anyways, so Minato and Roman adopt these two kids, May and Noah, who were originally Lucia and Luca Welton before their lobotomy, before their name change. However, we have a character being introduced, Chloe Josephine. Now, I can't talk about the villain trio. I call them the 90s. This is the 90s, I guess. Early 2000s lore without bringing up Chloe. Chloe is the assistant and manager of Roman Welton and Minato. They were good friends in high school, and throughout college they were like good friends as well. And so Chloe becomes like, you know, manager of their funds, like all this. She helps like take care of her kids, like going to schools and stuff. And with that, they go to New York City for Minato to begin her career more as like doing more photo shoots, becoming more of an artist in New York. And so who else moves there is Raquel Martinez. So Raquel is like, when Roman and her broke up, she kind of just like started this plotting revenge thing. Like she was just like, I'm literally just gonna become a socialite so I can like mess with Roman Welton. Like not like that, but like she wanted to prove that she wasn't just like this. She wanted to prove that like she's worth more than Victoria thought she was, and she's trying to get at Roman for this. She's just trying to like, you know, prove herself that she's worthy of herself and not him, right? And so Raquel meets Roman at a party, and he doesn't recognize her at first, but then he's just like, wait a minute, Raquel? like, wait a minute, what? And so he's just like so happy. He's like, oh my god, I haven't seen you forever. Like, how's it been? Like, how are you? And she's just like, good. I'm with my fiance. And he's crashed out. He's like, what? what? Like, he's literally lost his marbles. He's lost his freaking mind. And he rants about it to Chloe. He's just like, that's my Raquel. Like, how has she gotten a fiance? Like, what happened? Like, they're like 5 years out of high school, and she has a husband now, and he's like crashing out. You know, Chloe is just telling him to move on. Like, you're with Mina. Why are you, talking about this random girl? And he's just like, it's Raquel Martinez. It's not some random girl. It's like, that's my Raquel. Like, in Gilmore Girls where Rory sleeps with Dean and she's like, that's my Dean. Like, that's my Dean. It's literally how he acts. And Raquel begins like this like secret affair with Roman, but she thinks she can take it a step further, and she tries to get information from Mina of like bad stuff about Roman. She's trying to like blackmail Roman at this point. And the affair isn't enough. She thinks that would be covered in like days. So she's just like, she needs something more concrete. And she meets Mina at this gay bar, at this bar. And she goes under the alias Eileen Reyes. And Mina, she does not recognize Raquel. She's like, because Raquel has like a nose job. She has her makeup done. Her hair is changed. She's like, all this has changed about her. So Mina barely recognizes Raquel at this point. And because of this, Raquel uses it to her advantage. She's like, oh my god, who are you? Like, you look great. And like they begin like talking, just as friends at first. But Raquel is like trying to get all this information from Mina. But Mina is like, oh my god, you're gorgeous. And she begins like seeing like Raquel more privately, and like they hang out with each other more and more. And she begins like this like secret like little crush, and it's just like Mina is just telling Chloe all this, and Chloe is just like, this is ridiculous. You guys need to get your stuff together. And she's just confused on like, who they're talking about, because it seems like the same person, right? So Chloe gets like a private investigator, and she finds out it's Raquel Martinez from Organa Academy, and she just tells Roman, like, okay, this is a bad idea. Like, you need to stop talking with this woman, because she's obviously not good news. She's obviously trying to, like, downplay your image. And he calls her crazy. And he calls her, like, Raquel Martinez would never do that. And so, like, Raquel Martinez is not smart enough to do all that. And, you know, Roman says it like that. And, you know, years pass on. Both of their affairs continue. And Raquel gets she doesn't even get information about Roman. She gets information about Mina. How Mina acts when she's drunk. Mina is crazy. She says all these, like, horrible stuff. She's like, okay. She has, like, a lot of internalized, like, homophobia. So a lot of the stuff Mina says is, like, genuinely is very ignorant. She obviously would not say these things if she knew she was being recorded, but Raquel was recording her at this point. And and it's like Raquel, she sends this off to a magazine and some news channels, and it gets leaked, and it forces Mina to, like, have this public crash out, and she's just like, oh, my career is over. And Chloe is trying her best to, like, cover up the news, like, cover up, like, all this, like, coverage about Mina and what's going on with Roman, because Roman keeps getting spotted with, like, this mystery girl, Raquel. And this isn't even talking about the Mida stuff. Like, this is just, like, this is just, like, the 2000s lore. I haven't even got into, like, how Mida plays into this, which is, like, it's actually, like, insane. But I'll probably have to make a video about Mida herself to really cover down that lore. And Raquel Martinez, she gets what she wants, but she kind of wants more. So Minato doesn't know that Raquel leaked it, but she has a seeking suspicion that, like, there's something going on here. And one day when Minato is going to Roman's office to tell him about some stuff, about, like, what she plans to do with May and Noah, because she's thinking of, like, bringing them back to Organa in the countryside. She finds out that Roman and Raquel are having an affair. She feels betrayed. She feels really betrayed. And so she packs up her stuff. She steals from Roman the Reina choker. And she gets the hell out of New York. She's like, this place is horrible. I hate being here. In short summary, she just leaves. She leaves with May and Noah. And they stay at the Organa cottage where Loretta stays at the moment. Artifact, part of the lore. So in the middle of all of this, in the middle of Roman and Raquel's, like, affair stuff going on, so this happens for, like, a few years, but in the middle of it, well, kind of beginning in his high school era, when he was talking to Mida, he was basically, so here's the urban fantasy part of it. Because he, like, broke a deal with Mida, she kind of just, like, put this, like, kind of curse on him to, like, slowly wither away. But because of this artifact he was wearing, this pendant, it saved him from, withering away. But it goes very slowly. But it's keeping him alive, but barely. So he's like a walking zombie at this point. And so the only way he can survive is through this, like, magical blood of, like, these old witches. Raina, Mar, Flores, Julius, Willows, Heath, like, all of that, right? And so he's using these artifacts, breaking them down and, like, making them into, like, some type of oil so he can use it to, like, put on his skin and, like, put it into a locket so he doesn't, like, die, croak. And the only way he can get this, as Chloe said to him, is through stealing artifacts from the island itself. And so he pays her crazy sums of money, like unimaginable sums of money, because he's a billionaire. He can buy whatever he wants. And at this point, he has to tell Mina this. And he's like, I literally will die if, like, I can't, if I don't have these artifacts. I will wither away. And so she's giving Chloe a large sum of money, a crazy sum of money, to go to Organa to get this stuff. And so they're spending all this money, right? And, Raquel finds out about this because she goes through their financial records, and she finds out about like their donations to Chloe's bank account, right? And she confronts Chloe about it. Like, I want to help. And obviously Chloe does not trust her, but she sees Raquel's secret identity as like an advantage. Like, if Raquel was supposed to disappear, Eileen would be gone. And like, no one would really know where Eileen would gone because it was a fake name. It wasn't really her real identity. And so she takes advantage of the fact that Raquel is kind of an alias and lets her play along. It doesn't really like let her do a lot of the stuff. She just lets her like watch, like on guard, right?